Hello there. What is going on, everyone? Today I'm going to be building a list using the updated points for our Star Wars clones for Star Wars Legion for the Republic faction. We've got some points updates that just came out. We talked about these yesterday. We also have a new rule set that's going to be coming out soon. And so I figured this was a good time to kind of get a list in and kind of see how it looks with the points before the new rules are revealed. They're going to be revealed coming very soon. And so, we're going to do a double critical probably tomorrow and do like a live stream talking about these and want to get your feedback as well. And so, got a lot of a lot of things to talk about with that. But for today's video, we're just going to try to build out a clone list here and see if it's still how hard it is or how easy it is, and just kind of take a look at some things because certain things went down in points a little bit, and I'm going to try and see if I can still build a good clone list with the new points updates. Big thing. We're still giving away 12 Days of Life Day. That's happening all month long, so stay tuned for that. You just have to be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos, plus that lightsaber giveaway video that is running through the end of the year. Also, want to thank Luxury Playstyle for sponsoring this video. Be sure to check out luxuryplaystyle.com. Use code Crabbok VIP to save 15% off of amazing tokens. You are going to love these tokens. They make great holiday gifts, great stocking stuffers. So let your friends and family know. Give them that code also so they can save 15% and then get you more stuff. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So I want to use Rex as our commander here. I haven't really touched Rex in a long time, and so I like Rex. I want to also have more core than I normally do. Some of the core options, some of our options got a little cheaper. Phase 2 clones, well, they said they went down to 60, but like they were already 60, so I don't remember if they were up or down. Like, clones have seen so many nerfs and changes over the past year or two that I've kind of lost track. I really haven't been playing clones ever since they got like their massive nerfs, and Rex's 2-pip got changed and a lot of that. I've run Republic lists a little bit, but for the most part, I've kind of steered away from clones. So I wanted to go back to clones this time. I'm going to put a Z6 out there. For personnel on these guys. I also want a clone commander. I really like the clone commander on this guy. This is gonna be like my thought here is this will be one of my main shooters, and they're gonna have reliable 2 this way, so they're gonna have some good offensive shooting capability, and also Inspire 1 is just a really nice. I love having the clone commander on a phase 2 clone. It gives me a nice high courage of 2. It gives me Inspire 1 plus 1 for the reliable. So basically, reliable 2 and Inspire 1. Probably not using these guys as fire support, however. So we're going to put that on there. We're going to go with a phase. We're going to go with a phase 1 that can shoot also. We're going to put a Z6 on the phase 1. I'm going to go with another phase 1. And that one might be just kind of blanket empty. I'm going to put the medic on a phase. Well, maybe, you know what? Actually, I'm going to put the another phase 2 out there. That one will have another Z6. That one will have the medic there. I want the medic to be on a phase 2. So this way I've got 4 core right now. We'll save a few points left over. Anytime I'm building a list too, I like to leave a couple of points left over. So this way I've got my one phase 1 to kind of be kind of simple right now and just get objectives. Of course, we can certainly change some things out. I kind of went back and forth on putting a DC 15 in here to have a little bit of longer range stuff. But right now I think I'm just going to leave them blank. And then we'll see what else we want to fit in here. Now, one of the things I want to do with this one, since ARC Trooper's got some changes, is I want to try to run 2 full arcs, which is became much harder to do. The strike teams are still more expensive than the original printed card, so I don't want to do that. By the way, I'm using Tabletop Admiral. They did get a change, so they applied all of the new points. And so that's good. So we're going to run an ARC Troopers with Echo and an ARC Troopers with 5s. So I'm going to do 5s first. This one will have probably the heavier of the upgrades. I do want to have Overwatch on this unit. Overwatch is going to work because I'm going to put Padme in here a little bit. Actually, let me do her now. Let's put her in. There we go. We got Rex and Padme. 2 phase 2 clones, 2 phase 1 clones. We've got the ARC Trooper unit there, and we're going to add another ARC Trooper unit. And then we're going to take a look. Like, what are my big things? Like, I don't want to run the DC-15. I don't like the way the DC-15 has been changed. I just don't like the DC-15 anymore. And so if I'm gonna spend the points, I'd rather have Echo in there. Echo is a lot nicer. So I like the ARC Trooper with Echo. I feel like it gives me a little bit of flexibility. It's still that good sniper unit, but I can be moving around a little bit more, getting into position, maybe splitting fire, and doing a lot more with this unit. It's just a good overall unit, and I kind of like where they're, maybe they're getting into a better spot. I kind of have high hopes that they'll be getting into a better spot. So I've got a lot of points left over at this point, and so there's plenty of other upgrades we could put out here, but we are a little bit on the slimmer side right now. We're at 8 activations. There's more things I would like to put on. I want to put some. But I can run R2D2 here as well. That brings me up to 760. I don't have a whole lot of extra points if I do that though. Don't have a whole lot extra, but that's not too shabby. Let's see here. So one of the things I want Rex to be able to move. His jetpacks are a little bit cheaper. I want some grenades, and I want a little bit of movement on this guy as well. So I'm going to give you the jetpack is going to be expensive there. It's going to be 10 points on our 5s jetpack. Now the 5s jetpack, they have Overwatch. We've got Padme. We've got a lot of things going on with that. I feel like this ARC Trooper unit could kind of be good, but since they're going to be getting a little bit close, I do want the frag grenades on these guys. I've got 20 points left over. I can't quite. I guess I could do a DP-23. Can't quite hit the Z6 with 20 points, right? Can't quite throw in a whole nother Z6, which would be really nice. We could throw in another clone commander upgrade on one of those. We've also got Waxer and Boyle, neither one of which really impressed me a whole lot. I think I could go for the other. Phase 2 and look at something else over there. Maybe we could probably add a frag grenade to one or two of these units, but we also have some options for Rex, which I want to think about that a little bit. I think Rex could also possibly... No, he's only range 2. I want up close and personal on Rex. That's right. Even though it got changed a little bit, a range 2 gunslinger unit that also happens to be a clone, I think is a great option for up close and personal. Even though it got that big points increase, it's up to 8 points now. So I think we're going to do that. We've got 12 points left over. I don't usually like having a whole lot of a bid. We could spend that and go with the upgraded, our slightly increased version of, where am I looking for? I'm looking for Vigilance, right? We could go with Vigilance here. I don't know if it's super worth it or not. I feel like that might be kind of a little bit of a waste of 12 points. I think what I'd rather do in this case is add an extra shooter. I can add a specialist here. An aim, dodge, or surge token. I think I'd rather just add the specialist. I'd rather get a whole nother body and an extra free token that way. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. All right, so 799. We've got a lot of shooting power in here. We've got a little bit of support. This ARC Trooper unit's a little bit light, but I think they're going to kind of stay in the back. I think they'll be okay. I think this is my heavier hitter, and I do have a medic in there in case I take a wound a little bit too soon. All right, so 799. We're up to 9 activations. It's not terrible. Plus, we got R2 in there, and we have a lot of options for command cards. So here's the interesting part is figuring out which command cards we're going to use. I love Blast Off. I think it's so much fun. I'm definitely using Blast Off. and I also sometimes feel like Smokescreen is a fun one, but I don't know if that's guaranteed. We're not programmed as good. Take That Clanker still has value. It still has value, just not that much. And I think people might not expect it as much because I've always said before, like I used to love it because you could then move forward, pop your specialist, get a free aim, and then shoot at range 4 after moving forward. So it was almost a range 5 shot, like with a Z6. But in this case, I can just stay where I am. Hopefully that's behind a barricade. I can then aim and shoot at range 4. But I'm farther away from you. So you can't then turn around and shoot me back. So I feel like it's actually more of a defensive card now. So I'm going to try and play it. I'd try to run it that way. I think Call Me Captain is really good here as well. So we've got a 1-1 and a 2. So we're not programmed is fine, but it's not super great in this case. I really like Diplomatic Cover. I want to have the option of having 2 secret missions. So that one's definitely going in. We have Aggressive Negotiations is nice because it's during that issue an order step. That's when they can perform the Speed 1 move unit. We also have Our Fate Is in Your Hands. I mean, like good cards, not super great. So and it just doesn't overwrite the other 1 pips. So I'm just looking for 1 more 2 and 1 more 3 pip. Impromptu Immolation, not using that. I don't expect that to happen. So I think the answer here is Aggressive Negotiations. I mean, we do have the generics as well. We've got Push, Air Support. Actually, you know what? I like Air Support because that's going to work for a clone commander, isn't it? That is going to work that way. Okay. So, yeah, that's actually a pretty cool... Oh, yeah. So we'll have Rex can just do this. He'll issue himself an order, and then he gets a massive long-range shot. Considering that he has Surge to Crit, that's actually pretty cool. Okay. So then that's our 2, and then... And in case Rex dies, too, one of my other clones would be able to use this. As long as I make another clone my commander, I wouldn't want to make Padme my commander. We've got room for a 3 pip, and we could go with Attack of the Clones. Whenever they're issued an order using this card, they're going to gain a Surge or remove a suppression token, versus We're Not Programmed, and it gives him Surge. And I don't like this one because him having those extra Surge tokens, like he can't share them. He can only share 1 token with somebody else during somebody else's turn. So I feel like it's not as good anymore, so I think I'm going to go with Attack of the Clones because this puts them out on the individual clones. So I'm going to go with that. Plus, that's also a generic, right? So it gives me, flexibility in case, somebody dies. So we got 2 1s, 2 2s, and 2 3s, and there we go. As far as battle cards, I think this isn't a list that's going to do exceedingly well against vehicles. We're a little bit light on our impact. We'd have... we have the frag grenades, so we got some Surge to Crit. We've got that. We've got a little bit of Surge to Crit also with Rex, and then we have some fire support that we could do some Surge to Critting with as well. But other than that, we're a little bit weaker versus vehicles, so we would try to avoid things like rollout in the battle plans. We want to have things where we can... we can kind of take a defensive position, so I would want to favor cards like Moisture Evaporators and things like that, where I can take advantage of Padme kind of hiding, taking standby actions and passing those to people like to people like our ARC Trooper here with 5s on him. So especially with Overwatch, that's kind of part of the idea there. But I mean, I think the fact that we got a clone list up to 9 activations is pretty good, and I could have definitely squeezed more out of it. I just didn't want to. I wanted to have mostly good activations, and I've got some mobility also between Rex having the jetpacks and also with 5s having the jetpacks. Echo can afford not to have him. He's going to kind of be probably slightly more in the rear, but I think this is a fun little list to kind of test out, how the clones feel with the new points, and of course, we could have shot ourselves in the foot if we took vigilance, and then we'd have probably made up the difference, or where we were before. All right, guys, let me know what you guys think of the list, and down in the comment section, don't forget to join our Discord. And stay tuned for, I believe tomorrow we're going to be doing the live stream for another Double Critical, where we talk about this upcoming rules change and why it's going to take 4 separate articles spread out over this month to explain and prepare people for the coming rules changes for Legion. What could that mean? That will be the subject of the next live stream, so stay tuned for that. And yeah, that is going to do it for today's video. Big thanks to my patrons. You guys are amazing and help make this channel possible, so thank you for your continued support. I will talk to you soon. May the force be with you. Keep on rolling dice, and Hakuna Matata.